the Brits, and I'm back with another video. So today on my channel I have two special guests. I am actually one of their interns for their organization called R.E.A.L. So before I go along, I will just ask them to do a brief intro of themselves.
What's up, everybody? My name is Tonisha Roberts. I am from Baltimore, Maryland, an alumni of Benedict College, and I am the CCO of R.E.A.L.
What's up? I'm Nick C., also known as Coach Nick. I'm the CEO of Reality Affects Anybody's Life. I'm from Rock Hill, South Carolina.
So guys, here you have it, a brief intro about themselves. So y'all just stay tuned because I have some questions for them. And they're a couple, of course, business owners, entrepreneurs, period. So just stay tuned while I ask them the questions. Alright guys, before I go any further, I want to introduce Lashae, which is the co-host of my
YouTube channel. And guys, my link to my channel will be in the description. Our new video will be up soon, period. Y'all need to go watch that and check out all my social medias because why not?
Right, why not? So the first question is, what inspired you guys to develop your business?
I mean, I always had like the heart and the passion to kind of work for myself, be my own boss. And it started from, you know, street hustling basically. It was street hustling is where it's all originated from. And it was just like, why should I keep going to go work for somebody when I know how to make money on my own? And then, you know, from illegal to legal. It was like, that was the way out for me. I couldn't see myself going to clock in for the rest of my life.
So running a business can be stressful. How do you guys balance your social life? That is an amazing question. Honestly, I agree. It is difficult at times, but it's the balance. It's really no separation. And we are fairly new parents as well. So it's like our business is our baby, and then we have our original baby, and then of course our social life. But our social life is all a part of elevating. So we just hang in like-minded circles, networking, of course go out, but they all can go in together.
I don't think it's no balance. Like, it's hard to balance because, you know, when you deposit into one area, you're not going to deposit in the other area. So it's really hard to kind of balance out things. It's just all on what you want to do, what you feel is right, go for it, do it.
Your business is real. So, which means reality affects anybody's life. How do you guys came up with this name?
I mean, you know, first I give shout out, you know, the glory to God. I feel like he put it on my heart. You know, it dropped in like an overnight thing. It was like
late night.
You know, just late night grinding. You know, like trying to find my way out. You know, it was like no sports no more, no school no more, not trying to work no more. It's like something got to shake. And so it was like I actually was inspired by somebody else. I looked up a brand. I came up with the brand first. I looked it up, did research on it, and the guy had like a resemblance of everything that I was kind of envisioning on my own. And I was like, damn, it's real, you know, like. And then from there it was like, real, hold up, reality affects anybody's life. And it just made me think about, you know, the phases of life that I was kind of currently in that I have overcame. And it was just like, no matter where I was at, I was still going through shit, you know, like it was like even when I'm at my breaking point and I'm trying to do right, I'm still going through stuff. And even when I'm, like you say, living wrong, I'm still going through stuff. Then just look at, you know, what's happening in the world today. It's like no matter what you're doing or where you're at in life, like you're going to go through something. That's part of life.
Like Brittany said, you guys have mentioned R.E.A.L, your business. I'm trying to understand that in your name y'all have effect and not affect. Can y'all please like elaborate why the E and not the A? Well, before he elaborates, when you think of reality, you think of perception, right? And everybody has their own perception, meaning based on your own perception, that is your reality. Right. So it affects your life because it's like we are in the same room right now, but everybody have a different perception. We all may go to Benedict College, but everybody is going to interpret Benedict in their own way. So that's where effect came in at, because it's all based on your perception. Your life's either going to go right or it's going to go left. So at the end of the day, the choice is yours. Right. And that's all in your perception, which creates your reality.
Picture mode, man. That's like, it's like the picture mode of like, you can't make it right, you can't make it wrong, but it's like the decisions and choices you make in life. So it's like, effect. Like it's not effect, because if you look up effect, that's like the negative. Like
Yeah.
it's like the negative side of it. And it's like life don't always come negative. It's good. It's good and bad. It's how you choose to live your life.
You mentioned earlier that you have a baby, so you guys are new to parenting.
Yes.
So what I want to know is like, how have your priorities changed from the start of your business until now?
Woo!
I mean, I think it's different, like different roles. Like, it's the role that I have as the, the head of the household. It's the role that she has as the mother, of our child. And it's just like, it will never be the same. Never, ever. Even like day by day, we struggle with that, because it's like, you should be doing this. Yeah, we definitely growing through it. That's the good thing about it. But it's like, you should be doing it this way, you should be doing it this way. And it's like, who is I'm to tell her she should be doing something one way, and who is she to tell me when we both learning? Like, it's new to both of us. And we both have a struggling background with our parents of like not being in our life, whether that's, my daddy got incarcerated, and her parents, I let her tell that side. And it's more of like, my daddy got incarcerated at a young age, and I was kind of raised, house hopping from aunts to grandparents to family, whoever. Like, so I never really got that. My mama has always been there for me, but she always worked. And so when she's working, that means she can't, like I was saying earlier, she can't deposit that time she need to put into her kids, because she's always working. But he's first priority. Like, he's first priority. So that's what we came to the conclusion, that no matter business, relationship, whatever, is the baby first.
As it should be.
Right.
And I definitely want to speak on that, because first of all, I want to shout out to our interns and our, you know what I'm saying? Because it takes a village to raise a family, and that is on period. Like, I'm from Baltimore. My dad was addicted to drugs all of my life. Like, I used to get phone calls of my father blitzed out, you know what I mean? And my mom definitely wasn't in my life. I was hopping home to home too. And you can only imagine Baltimore. So it's like, with parenting, it's really no right or wrong, it's really like, oh shit, I'm learning as I go, and who is somebody to tell me if this is right or this is wrong, because I'm learning him, Junior, as he's learning us as his parents, so it's just really a continuous, it's fun, because it's like I'm learning new pieces of me, I'm evolving as I'm growing, and being so we waited quite some time to have our first is definitely an adventure.
So, following up with what Brittany said, how do you guys manage being a couple far as business partners as well? What are some highs and lows that you guys would say come with that?
Every day I don't like them. It's not a I like you type situation, but we understand that it is bigger than us. The vision is bigger than us. So it's us keeping the vision in our forefront and understanding that we was friends. First of all, our history a little bit, we was friends before anything. And then we became partners, in a relationship. And then after the relationship came the business. And then after the business came the baby. So understanding the different levels of evolving and understanding, like, I'm in here with you, but I may not like you today, but it's cool. Let me go in my little section and let me get my attitude together, and then I can, we can work through this. Even if I'm mad and I'm working, I'm plucking, you know what I'm saying? But it's cool.
As far as you, how would you explain it from your point of view?
Just holding each other accountable, like being each other's, like, she's my coach, I'm her coach, like that's what we do in real life, like, so it's like we stay on each other about how can we help the youth or help the kids or help anybody if we're not trying to help ourselves. And I'm big on, the individuals that makes up a team. So we're only gonna be as strong as she is individual and as I am individual. So it's like, the more we continue to work on ourselves and grow as one, it's gonna work. Like, and like all the distractions, like kind of avoid all the distractions, because they're gonna come. Like, we both are nice looking people, like she's a nice looking woman, I'm not, I'm a handsome man. So it's like, we're gonna attract whatever we want. Like, and she's big on that. She got me big on like the manifesting and attracting what, because I tend to just wake up and, go day by day, but it's just like, that's the side, like, I feel like we like a battery, like, it's like she said, sometimes we have our negatives, but we balance each other out more than we, fall out, so it's like.
The positive outweigh the negative. And y'all, to piggyback on this, Coach Nick actually posts a video on his IG page every day, a motivational message on his IG page every day, so y'all need to go check out their social media. Y'all need to go check out their social media, like, they is not playing, for real.
As a couple, they also go outside and mentor, kids and all that, help them. You guys have like I think it was like back to school events and fundraising events for kids and all that.
They love to give back.
Right. They not only focus on their business, but they care for their community. They give back in every way they can. And I'm just going to ask them to just tell us more about their mentorship and things you've been doing inside the community.
So one thing that we do every year, we do like a back to school event. But when COVID hit, we kind of switched gears. And yeah, you already know how that go. We slithered through, okay, bet we couldn't do it this way, so let's go ahead and do it a different way. So we connect with counselors who are in District 1 and District 2 in Richmond, and they refer us the kids. You know, so they may say, you know, such and such, you know, is a really good student but have anger issues or whatever, and we work with the families. We do like an initial assessment. We always want mothers, fathers, whomever is in the family, guardians to be present throughout the process, because again, it takes a village. One person cannot raise a child. You get what I'm saying? They need that differentiation from different people so they can become well-rounded, because at the end of the day, the world is not just set in one perception, you know what I mean? So that's one thing that we do. And then another thing we do like a turkey or like a Thanksgiving give back as well, and that's when we collect canned goods. But that event is held in Rock Hill, which is his home city.
I mean, definitely, you know, I'm working on kicking off, you know, more of a, you know, right now I have a men's group that I build with, like, it's called the Brothers, you know, Founding Fathers of SC for South Carolina. And, you know, I'm working with fathers, you know, males in general, because everybody is a son of a father. So it's like whether you're a son or whether you're a father, it's like I'm working with you, because at some point we have something in common. And we can learn from each other if you want to learn. Like, and I'm not out to just haunt anybody or make you be a part of it, but it's like I'm seeking for the ones that want that help and want to be better for themselves. And, you know, because a lot of us, as y'all know in the world, there's not many daddies raising these kids. And so it's like, I want to bring more of that community back to the, you know, more of that village, like she said, back to the communities of fathers being present, like, because these women need us, like these kids need us.
Look, that's all clap for that. Like, don't play with me. Well, you guys mentioned that y'all mentor, but I didn't hear an age that y'all start.
We started at 7. I mean, this is basically, you know, through our experience, you know, working for different organizations that built that inspiration and gave us that motivation to continue to do it on our own. But starting at age 7 and all the way up to college, because as you see now, we got a college grad and a college student that, you know, we still play a part in their lives, and, you know, whether we know it or not.
And it's reciprocity. So I feel like as we learning from the youth, they definitely, you know, it's like, it's an interchangeable feeling. But I do want y'all to stay tuned, because we also creating curriculum to go into the school system, because when COVID hit again, you know, you was looking like, I mean, what is kids really learning in school? Because the square root of pi is not going to help you in real life right now. So we want to bring that back to the school. So we're building a platform, an online platform, e-learning, but more interactive, so like that wilding out type of feeling, to integrate communication skills, self-love for my ladies, and all that good stuff.
For men too, we need that too.
You know, men too, you feel me?
So being that you guys have 2 different mentorship that you guys do, how can y'all relate that to being new parents? Like, what have y'all learned from just that alone that would help you guys, that you guys think would help with your new baby?
He's a man. He's like, you know, he's a developing young man. You know, he's a little boy now, but he'll eventually be a man. So it's like, I can only teach him and prepare him for that. Like, it's nothing. So it's like, that's my ultimate goal, is to prepare these young boys for adulthood, for men, like for relationships, for, you know, being the head of the household, taking lead, you know, like those things, and understanding how to treat a woman. Like, you know, that ain't easy. Like, relationships ain't easy. So it's like preparing them for the things that I know they're gonna go through.
But honestly, and I'm gonna bring it back, it's that community. Like, you can go, like, Nicholas Jr. will understand that he can go to Uncle Tom at Midlands Tech that's European, you know what I'm saying? Or he can go to a Chinese lady that's like, it's a diversity, because family, you don't choose them. You born into it, you know what I mean? But everybody else, as you grow, you like, those people begin to align with you. So I think Nicholas Jr. will definitely have like that base of community. And again, knowing that we lack that, I won't say lack, but we didn't really get it from the base of our home. So we had to, I gotta get somewhere else. You feel me? Now he will know, like, it's surrounded around him, even if it's not in the dynamic of his family, he still can go to Tom.
Last question is, how does your business change you?
No, because it's like I had to relearn myself over again. This person I'm becoming, I didn't even know I was going to be this person. So it's like I had to cut off some things and gain some things, whether there was knowledge, whether there was a different circle. It's just a total 360. That it was like when you trying to become something that you never seen yourself be, how could you become it if you don't require change? And so it's like I had to do things that I never done before in order to get to this point. And that's just the bottom of it for me.
So it's basically a changing point.
Yeah, change my mental first though. And that's something that I had to drill myself on, because it's like it starts in the mind. Everything we want to do starts in our mind. So it's like the more I started envisioning, the more I started manifesting, the more I started thinking about it and pondering on it, the more it's becoming. Like it's like, okay, now it's becoming my reality.
And for me, real quick, I would honestly say, you ever like look at your life like, what is going on? You know what I mean? Like, and especially
everybody has those days.
Especially being a college graduate, because the transition, I know Amber, Shamika definitely talked about this on her channel. The transition when you graduate from college, you really like, well, I went to school for this, but I really don't like this, So I grew in business by really shaking my uncomfortable space. You know what I mean? Because I was told you gotta go to school, and then when you go to school, you gotta get a degree, and once you get a degree, you gotta be in your field, and you gotta have insurance, and you gotta have benefits, and it's like, but none of this makes me happy. Like, I'm real mad right now going to work. You know what I mean? So I would say business shook me out of my comfortability, because that's all I heard, all the way up into graduation. And then I just ran ship. So I'm like, I'm going to do what I want to do. And like he said, I start manifesting, because when I looked around, I saw what I had already manifested subconsciously, and I didn't like it. I was uncomfortable. So I had to, well, let me go back to the drawing board and let me see what I want. What do I like? What makes me happy? And just like you mentioned, like, it's not about us, it's about the community, because it's an outpour. So as we pour in, they pour back. So it's reciprocity. So I would say business definitely showed me that within myself, because it's always like, it's what do you call it? Like a butterfly.
Say hey to
You guys talk about the outpour that you guys do to give back to the community, but how would you guys explain like the funding that you guys, I guess, get to manage? Y'all gotta buy shirts, y'all got different promotional options. How do you go about like managing just that alone, as far as the money side?
I mean, it's rough, like it's definitely rough when I feel like in business, like it's like you gotta know how to manage, like, because only a small portion of it goes to you. You gotta know how to. Uncle Sam gonna get him regardless.
Yeah, period.
And so that's something like we didn't notice that early on. It's something that we growing into, because it's like, okay, putting something up for Uncle Sam, put a portion up for ourselves, and then put stuff in for yourself, and that may just be the smallest amount. That may just be your everyday bills, your everyday necessities that you have to put up for yourself. And it ain't easy. Like, I'm not gonna sit right here and make it seem like it's easy, but it builds discipline, builds character when you learn to do those structured things. Like, so, and then put up for advertising, promotion, inventory, whatever it is you're selling, you wanna be able to put it back in the business, because if you don't, how could you expand and grow? And so that's something that we learn, and we definitely use Benedict right now as a funding source to bring in money, because neither one of us have a job. We both are full-time, entrepreneurs. And so it's like, good thing is God graced us. God knows what he's doing. Like, he has the last say so to everything. And he graced us this opportunity. And it's not only a opportunity, it's a huge opportunity, because this is where we met at, like, this is where we started at, and it don't get no better than that for us to come back full circle, be here, and do everything we want to do.
And listen, y'all see this area over here? This is only me looking into, because I want to be able to own my own business in the future. So it's just giving me insight, y'all. I love it. So I just have one more last question, and this question is from me and Brittany together. So, what's two advice you guys can give to younger entrepreneurs such as ourselves?
First of all, even though entrepreneurship is not only the wave, but I will honestly say you're going to work longer hours. You're going to work triple the time. You know, like when you was typically to go to somebody's job, clock in, you're basically clocking into a structured system. When you are an entrepreneur, you have to create your own discipline along with your own structured system to have a functional business. And whether you 3 years in the game or 8 years in the game, you're always going to be, you know, re-innovating your systems, because it's like, as a CEO, you're like, no, you're not trying to reach perfection, but you know the gaps and you know the strengths of your players and the weakness of your players as well as yourself. So my advice is go for it. Even in the gaps, you may not understand where you're funding, what I'm gonna eat. It's cool. Go ahead and put that in, because of the energy you putting in, you won't have no choice but to receive that back. So just trust the process. Yeah, it gets hard, but speak to your people. Like, and I would do not put the idea on deaf ears. If you know somebody is not for your vision and you feel that, don't go there all excited, like, yeah, you know, I got this, because it's going to drop the momentum, and then you're going to be like, well, yeah, I mean, maybe I shouldn't invest in this inventory. Like, speak to people who you feel led to have a conversation with, maybe, you know, whether you know them or not. But that's my advice. Keep going. Don't give up. Believe in yourself. Even if you got to give yourself that pep talk, you need to do that, because your team feels the energy that you bring at all times, whether you know it or not. So, what you got, Coach Nick?
Mine is definitely, you know, like, don't feel bad for being a copycat. You know, like, don't feel bad for duplicating what's already been done. Like, if somebody is succeeding at this, why would you not take no tips or no pointers from them and incorporate it into your own?
Real quick, success leaves a blueprint. Success leaves a blueprint.
I see that one hit different. Okay.
Yeah.
So basically what she just said, you know, like, it's people out here that's doing what you doing or what you want to do, and it's like, seek out to them for guidance or watch them. Like, they're going to tell you, they're going to show you how they move and how they doing, and it's like, whatever you can incorporate and duplicate in your own and make it your own, it's called innovation. Like, be innovative. Like, take a little portion from him, her, them, you know, all that, and incorporate that to make it yours, like, and make it authentic and original. And that's what I have.
This is the last pointer. When you go shopping in the market, you never be like, this is too much bread on the aisle, and it's too saturated on this aisle. No, baby, because it's a person in a community for each piece of bread that you see on that aisle, and it's the same strategy with business. It's never too saturated. Don't think like that. And if you do, it's cool. I mean, we do think like that from time to time, but it's okay. It is what it is.
Y'all, they said what they said, so make sure y'all took notes, because what they said is legit, factual, because they've been there, they've done that. They're speaking from experience. So I just want to say, okay. Guys, make sure, first of all, did you subscribe to my channel?
Did you?
You sitting there watching me, did you? Listen, subscribe to my channel. Make sure you tell a friend to tell a friend. Make sure you share, and more videos like this will be coming up. And these two individuals actually have a YouTube channel, a business YouTube channel. It's called R.E.A.L Now, which is R.E.A.L Now.
And the now stands for needs over wants.
Needs and wants.
Listen, acronyms for me.
So their information is going to be down below. Make sure you follow them on all social media platforms. They do customized t-shirt, customized hat, customized shoes, customized everything.
They ship out to you as
To your front door.
So thank you guys for watching, and make sure y'all come again and watch some more.
Oh yeah.
Bye.